The moon hung low in the sky, casting an eerie silver glow over the deserted road, as three friends, Lily, Mike, and Rachel, embarked on a weekend camping trip. The winding road led them deep into the heart of the forest, a place untouched by civilization. Excitement and adventure bubbled within them as they left the city lights behind, eager to embrace the tranquility of the wilderness. Lily was the driver, her hands steady on the wheel as they navigated the darkened path. Mike and Rachel chatted animatedly in the back seat, their laughter filling the air. The night seemed pregnant with the promise of a memorable journey. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the trees pressed in on all sides, casting elongated shadows that danced along the road. The once jovial atmosphere began to shift as a subtle unease settled over them, like a whisper of something ominous. "Are you guys feeling that too?" Rachel asked, her voice faltering. Mike glanced out the window, his jovial expression fading. "Yeah, there's something strange about this place." Lily forced a smile. "Come on, guys. Don't let your imaginations get the best of you. We're just in the middle of nowhere, that's all." But even Lily couldn't deny the unease that had wormed its way into her heart. She gripped the steering wheel a little tighter as a cold breeze rustled through the trees, carrying with it a haunting melody that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere all at once. They reached their campsite, a small clearing surrounded by ancient trees. The moonlight filtered through the branches, casting intricate patterns on the ground. As they set up their tents and gathered around the campfire, the unsettling feeling grew stronger. "Let's tell some spooky stories," Mike suggested, trying to break the tension. Lily laughed, grateful for the distraction. "Sure, but don't make them too scary. I don't want to spend the night terrified in my tent." They took turns sharing tales of ghosts, eerie encounters, and supernatural events. Laughter mingled with nervous glances cast into the shadows. The fire crackled, its light flickering as if it were struggling against the encroaching darkness. As the stories continued, an odd sensation enveloped the campsite. Lily felt as though she were being watched from the shadows, a pair of unseen eyes studying her every move. She tried to dismiss it as her imagination, but the feeling persisted. Rachel suddenly shivered. "Did you guys feel that? It's like a sudden drop in temperature." Mike nodded, his brow furrowing. "Yeah, it got really cold all of a sudden." Lily glanced around, her heart pounding in her chest. "Okay, this is getting weird. Maybe we should call it a night and head to bed." Agreeing, they retreated to their tents, leaving the campfire burning. The darkness outside seemed to press against the thin fabric of their shelters, and the haunting melody from earlier returned, a faint whisper on the edge of their consciousness. Lying in her tent, Lily struggled to shake off the unease that had settled over her. She clutched her blanket, listening to the sounds of the forest. The wind rustled through the leaves, and the distant hoot of an owl echoed through the night. But then, the melody began to grow louder, swelling into a haunting crescendo that reverberated through the air. Lily's heart raced as she recognized the tune. It was the same one she had heard earlier, but now it was more powerful, more consuming. She unzipped her tent and peeked outside, her breath catching in her throat. The campfire blazed with an unnatural intensity, casting long, distorted shadows that seemed to writhe and twist. And there, standing in the midst of those shadows, was Rachel. Rachel's eyes glowed with an eerie light, and her voice sang the haunting melody, each note sending a chill down Lily's spine. Lily stumbled backward, her heart pounding in her ears. "Rachel, what are you doing?" Rachel's gaze locked onto Lily's, but it wasn't the warm, familiar gaze she knew. It was empty, devoid of any recognition or emotion. With an unsettling smile, Rachel continued to sing, her voice growing more powerful with each passing moment. Lily backed away, her mind racing. She had to wake up Mike, but as she turned toward his tent, she froze. Mike stood there, his eyes also aglow, his voice joining Rachel's in an eerie duet that sent shockwaves through the night. Fear paralyzed Lily, but she knew she couldn't stay there. She turned and fled into the forest, the haunting melody echoing in her ears. Branches snagged at her clothes, and the ground was uneven beneath her feet, but she didn't stop. She had to escape whatever had taken over her friends. She stumbled upon a clearing, the moonlight revealing a circle of stones arranged in an intricate pattern. The melody reached a crescendo, and Lily realized it was coming from the stones themselves. A surge of panic gripped her as she understood the truth. Her friends were not themselves. They were vessels for something else, something dark and powerful. Desperation gave her strength. She had to break the hold whatever entity had on her friends. Lily's voice rose, drowning out the haunting melody as she began to chant an incantation she had once read in an old book of folklore. The ground trembled beneath her, and the air crackled with energy. The possessed forms of Rachel and Mike convulsed, their voices straining against the power of Lily's incantation. The shadows that had clung to them writhed and twisted, and for a moment, it seemed as though the darkness itself was fighting back. With a final surge of energy, Lily's incantation reached its climax. A blinding light enveloped the clearing, banishing the darkness and silencing the haunting melody once and for all. When the light faded, Rachel and Mike collapsed to the ground unconscious. The sun rose over the horizon, casting a warm, golden glow over the clearing. Lily stood there, her heart still racing, her breath coming in ragged gasps. The forest was peaceful once more, as if the night's horrors had never occurred. As Lily knelt beside her friends, relief washed over her. They were alive, and whatever darkness had possessed them was now gone. She knew that the forest held secrets beyond human understanding, but she also understood the power of friendship and the strength of the human spirit. With a renewed sense of purpose, Lily helped Rachel and Mike to their feet. They shared a glance, a silent acknowledgement of the horrors they had faced and overcome. As they packed up their campsite and made their way back to the car, they left behind the shadows of the forgotten, determined to remember the strength that had brought them through the darkness. If you are still listening, please like our videos and give us your story topic suggestions below in the comment section. For more such interesting stories, please do subscribe to our channel, The Story Sculptors. Stay tuned till we meet again with another video. Thank you very much for your support and love.